Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Elizabeth and this is the update for month number 4. I can't believe we're here and I'm already saying month number 4. It went so fast and I can't believe I'm already 4 months into eating carnivore. I just can't even believe it. So if you've checked out my month 3 video, this video is going to be a lot different than it. I am happy to report that I'm doing really well with it. I made a lot of changes this month and they've worked and I feel really good. So I'm in a whole different place than I was like a month ago and I'm really excited to share with you what I'm doing and how I'm making this work. So in my month 3 update, I don't know exactly what I told you guys because it's been a month and I haven't watched it, but I do know that I was really struggling with this diet. I was feeling bored, I was feeling kind of worn out, and I was feeling that way because I was really hungry and I was feeling weak and I was just really having trouble making this diet work for me. I was having trouble digesting some of the meats that I was having, and so it was forcing me to want to just be at home and like literally lay on the couch. And so I was just having trouble keeping up with life and doing anything. I knew that something needed to change to do this longer term, and so I really started looking into what changes I needed to make, and I've made those changes, so I'm super excited to share them with you. So when I first started this way of eating, I did not like meat like at all, and that's part of what I'm doing on the carnivore diet, is learning how to like meat, because I'm aware of my protein needs, but I'm not meeting my protein needs very well, or at least I wasn't before this diet, because I just didn't like the meat, and so I had a lot of aversions to it, like texture issues and just different things. So part of what I've been working on is fixing that. But when I first started, I was eating meat in a really specific way. I did not like any fatty portions. I didn't like anything cooked like really rare. Like I had to have it just really well done, and only a few specific kinds could I even like stand. So in the beginning I was eating a lot of chicken, a lot of tuna, and a lot of like ground turkey and different things. And I think my problem was that I wasn't getting enough fats in. And so I've kind of changed things around. I'm definitely getting more fat. But something really cool is happening is that I can tolerate different kinds of meats now and different ways of preparing it and cooking it than I could at the beginning. So it's getting a little bit easier because some of those aversions are going away and I'm getting a little bit more used to the meat. It's not perfect yet. It's still a little bit of a struggle, but I knew in the beginning my two concerns were, would I be able to get enough meat in to feel full and to be meeting my nutritional needs, because I really didn't like it. And I also was nervous about getting enough fat in because I really don't like the fatty portions of meat. Fat on the meat, it just freaks me out. So I've been really working on those things. And so I've changed my diet this month to predominantly steak, eggs, and hamburger meat. And so we got some tallow, and so I've been cooking a lot of things in tallow and butter and getting my fats in. And we've been doing hamburger like soups, so we'll boil the hamburger meat, and so all of the good fats and everything stays kind of in the broth, and then I can drink the broth. I've also been having bone broth in the morning, like a cup of really good bone broth with about 4 eggs. And so I'll eat the eggs and I'll eat butter with the eggs and I'll have the bone broth, and it's really been helping. I feel so much more normal, and so I'm really excited about that, because I knew I was going to need to change some things around to make this tolerable longer term. So where I'm at with my weight, I am exactly at 30 pounds. And so I really only lost about 3 pounds this month. In my last video, I was 27 pounds down officially, and I was kind of rounding that up to 30 in my mind, hoping those 3 pounds would just kind of be negligible and maybe I'd make it to like 40 pounds or something this month. And I'm not there yet. I'm at exactly 30, but so many good changes took place, and I think part of why I'm not down so much is because I've increased the fat intake, but it was so necessary to keep going, because what I'm realizing is I'm gonna have to do this for a lot longer than I was originally hoping for. I mean, originally I wanted to lose like 100 pounds in the first 6 months or so, because that's what my husband did, and even though I knew being a woman that might be a little unrealistic for me, I was still kind of hopeful, or maybe I'd be around, you know, 70 or 80 pounds lost or something like that, that would make it, you know, a little bit quicker, like let's get some of this weight off. But I was hoping really only to have to do this diet for a year, maybe 15 months, something like that. And I'm kind of adjusting the time frame in my head that it's going to have to be a little bit longer than that. So far I'm okay sticking with it as long as like I feel okay on it and I can like actually function and live life and everything's good. So as of right now, I'm still not thinking of doing this 100% carnivore forever. That's not my goal at all, but I'm thinking I'm probably going to have to go somewhere maybe around 18 months or something. I'm hoping it's not 2 full years. I think by then I'm going to want a little bit more variety added back in. So we'll see. I'm just kind of taking this honestly week by week and month by month, and that's where I'm at with it right now. But right now I'm in a really good headspace because, you know, my thinking is clear. It's not foggy. I'm not having trouble focusing. I'm doing really, really well. Another thing I changed was my electrolytes. I think that was another issue. I've really been researching it. I want to make a video on it for you guys at some point about exactly what I'm doing, what I've learned, but I'm not quite there yet with it. But I definitely increased my salt intake. It's easier to put salt on like some of the fattier meats than it is like some of the chicken and tuna and stuff. Sometimes I'll even like take some salt and put it under my tongue and like actually have some pinches of salt if I feel like I need some more salt. The bone broth has really helped increase my potassium, and I am doing a magnesium supplement called Natural Calm. I just stick, it's like a powder, and I just stick it in my tea, and so I'll have it that way each day, and it's nice. And so I am really working on trying to get more of my electrolytes in. I'm sure there's other ways to do it also. If you have some more ways, hit me up in the comments. I'd love to hear it. But so far I think it's doing okay. And in this month, some of the things that I did, I kind of ate a little bit more ketovore in this month. I had some cheeses, I had some avocados, I even had a handful of almonds in a really like weak moment where I really didn't feel good. I went ahead and I ate some almonds, and it's not something I really want to continue, so I haven't done that all month, but this month I did do that. And I had about a week and a half of avocados, and I have had some few cheese slices like here and there. It's not an everyday thing or an all the time thing at all. And I'm still really debating on whether or not I want to leave those things in. I've definitely felt better with those things in. My digestion has been better. And so overall I'm functioning better, and I'm able to, you know, leave the house and feel like I can have a social life and feel like I can do things. But I'm not sure if I want to leave them in long term because I'm not sure how much they're affecting the weight loss, if they're affecting it at all or not. But I definitely am not doing this just for 3 pounds every single month. So at some point it's going to need to pick back up. I think that this is too drastic of a diet to only lose 3 pounds a month when I have, you know, originally like 150 pounds to lose. I feel like it shouldn't take 3 or 4 years, you know, to see the results that I'm looking for. So we'll see how it keeps going. There were some really good things that happened this month. Also, I've been noticing my shirts have been fitting differently, so that's really exciting. I've noticed just more increased physical activity. It's just easier to like be in my body. My knees haven't felt as bad. I've been going up down the stairs a lot easier. So there's been just a lot more like normal life and natural living where the weight isn't quite affecting things as much. So I definitely noticed a difference in that area. So at this point I'm trying to cut back out avocados and cheese and stuff like that. I've cut all that back out for right now. And so I'm going to do a week of that and just see how I feel and see how my digestion is. I've mentioned before that I don't have a gallbladder, and so that does kind of affect how I can process the fats and different things. However, I kind of feel like the more fat I've had actually has helped my digestion, which it should be kind of the opposite if you don't have a gallbladder, at least in my thinking and my research. So I'm not totally sure yet what's going on there. I want to make a video for you. How do you do the carnivore diet without a gallbladder? But I'm not quite there yet. I'm still really doing a trial and error, and I'm still really learning. I'm looking into getting some ox bile supplements. It's something that you can take when you don't have a gallbladder. It helps you digest the fats and different things. And so I'm seeing if maybe I need that, because I definitely have noticed differences in my digestion and bathrooming, I guess if you want to call it, while doing this diet. And so it's something I feel like I need to like pay attention to now to do this longer term. So that's kind of my next step, is to really figure all of that out and figure out kind of how I want to keep eating for this month, if I want to keep some keto items in or go strictly carnivore. So I have a couple takeaways from this month that I think are really important, and one of them is to really kind of shut out other people's opinions. There's just when you're doing something so different, that a lot of people have a lot of ideas about what you're doing and want to kind of put their 2 cents in, and some of them are helpful and some of that's fine, but I think listening to your body is really, really important. So this month I just really focused on listening to my body and what does my body need and what is my body asking for. And so I feel like that really aided in being able to feel better on this, is figuring out, you know, what I needed. And also, if you're doing this too, I just really want to encourage you, especially if you're new to it, if something feels wrong or off or like isn't working, I really feel like it's important and completely acceptable to pay attention to it and to really fix what's wrong. If I had just like grunted through it and kept going, like eventually I probably would have stopped because something was really not working and I didn't feel good. And so if you're not feeling right, then it's really necessary to look into it, because on this diet you should be feeling good and it should be meeting your nutritional needs and it should be working for you if you're doing it in such a way that does work for you. And if you're having issues like I was, you know, feeling weak or feeling hungry or just not feeling right or not being able to get into a rhythm with it and just not feeling super good, check your fats, throw in steak, and check your electrolytes and start kind of supplementing with some electrolytes. Probably more salt is kind of what you're needing. So far those have been some of my mistakes and some of the ways I fixed them. I probably would like to make a video for you guys at some point about carnivore diet mistakes, because I know I'm making a lot of them and some of you guys definitely like to let me know when I'm making these mistakes, but I'm really using myself as a guinea pig and trying to learn here, you know, what I'm doing, and I'm trying to make a little bit more original content based on my own personal experiences and not just kind of regurgitate what other videos are saying. And so far I am kind of keeping a list of my mistakes, and once I know some of the big things that I've done, I'm gonna go ahead and make a video for you guys how to avoid doing it the way I did it, which was wrong. And but no, I'm kind of joking because I feel like okay with the journey of doing it. I feel okay with, you know, I was doing the best I could in the beginning of what I could do, and now I'm doing the best where I'm at right now with what I can do. And so there was a lot of commenting for my 3rd month one when I'm a little bit more negative about the diet. People like to come swoop in and make comments, and I feel really like excited about this channel and the difference between the 2 months and being able to like capture that, because that's my goal. My goal is to really be honest of where I'm at on each update and each video and what this really looks like and what this really feels like. And month 3 sucked, you know, month 3 update sucked, and month 4 update feels good. And so I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep doing it as long as I feel like I need to, and as long as it feels like it's working for me and this is what I want to be doing. And it's solely dependent on what my body's saying and how I'm feeling and where my mental space is at and how it's working for me. But I love being able to catch the progression of that for you guys and to really chronicle what it actually looks like from month to month and week to week and how it is realistically. And so yeah, whenever you see me having a rough time on there, you know, if you can see mistakes I'm making, definitely point them out, because I'm willing to change some things if it makes sense. But mostly just give me encouragement. You know, it can be hard as you're figuring out a new way of eating. It can be hard, and when it's very drastic and different, very like counterculture to what most people are eating, you know, it can be very just different. It's just kind of a lonely island. So anyway, I love your comments. I love your positive comments. I really do appreciate that. I appreciate the encouragement. And so month 4 was good. Lots of good things happening. For month 5, you know, for this next month, I'm focusing on just keep going. July, it's gonna be a pretty good summer, and so I'm just excited. I'm doing a lot of swimming. I'm doing a lot of relaxing. My stress level is just down, so I'm hoping some more weight comes off from that. And I'm really just gonna keep eating what I'm doing. I'm just kind of listening to my body. I'm gonna be throwing in chicken and turkey and tuna sometimes, but predominantly I'm gonna be trying to do the steak and some beef and some hamburger and stuff like that. And so that's what I'm focusing on. I'm hoping to not have so much cheese or avocados. I'm gonna really try to pull back on that and see what the weight loss does in this next month. And I'm excited. I'm excited about it. So that's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me for month number 4 update, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
I start to sail along these ocean waves. Nobody knows how to find us. It's turning out to be a perfect day. I just wanna leave our normal lives behind us.